What's going on, Giants fans? Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. And in today's show, we're going to take a look at a two-round NFL mock draft from The Athletic by Dane Brugler. He is one of the best in the business when it comes to mock drafts, NFL draft, college scouting. He is the man that usually gets it right, and he's one of the guys I like to follow closely. So let's take a look at what he had the 2022 NFL mock draft playing out like. With the first four picks, he had Ike Mekwonu. That one hurts. He's my number one player. I want the Giants to take at number 5. But he had him going number 1 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then Aiden Hutchinson, the edge rusher out of Michigan, going number 2. And then Trayvon Walker going number 3. A big jump from Walker. He did really well at the scouting combine. And there's rumors coming out that the Giants could look at Walker at pick number 5 or 7. But if he's gone at 3, obviously they won't be able to do so. And then number 4, Evan Neal, the offensive tackle out of Bama. I think this is honestly one of the worst case scenarios for the Giants if the draft plays out like this. I think it's just bad because you want Ike Mekwonu. You want Evan Neal, and if both of those guys are gone, that sucks. And then Aiden Hutchinson, one of the best pass rushers in the draft. Some people have number 1. Some have Thibodeau number 1. But if 3 of those guys are off the board when the Giants are picked number 5, I think it's a bad play for the New York Giants and how that draft would play out. So let me know. If you were Joe Schoen on draft night and the first 4 picks went like this, who would you pick? Would it be someone maybe in the secondary? Would it be an offensive lineman? Let me know. This will be the pinned comment on the video. So when you get hit with that YouTube ad break, scroll on down, get your votes in. Who do you pick at number 5 in this situation? With the 5th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, Dane Brugler has the Giants drafting Ahmad Sauce Gardner, and I'm okay with this because I think, James Bradberry could be gone, and maybe he's the best player available on the Giants board when pick number 5 rolls around. Brugler expanded on what he had to say about Sauce going number 5 to the Giants, and he said this: regardless if James Bradberry is on the trade block or not, Gardner can be a cornerstone for the Giants defense. On top of an impressive college resume, he ran a 4.41 40-yard dash at 6'3", 190, and 33.5-inch arms. Sauce Gardner is one of my favorite players in this draft, and I believe his secondary. I unfortunately do think James Bradberry will not be on the Giants next year. So if you can have a CB1 and 2 tandem of Adoree Jackson and Sauce Gardner, I think those are 2 corners that are good corners and 2 guys that are really going to play well, and they fit the mold of the Wink Martindale defense. Some notes on Sauce Gardner. He is a press corner through and through. He had 397 snaps last year in press coverage. That led all of college football, and he is a true man-to-man corner. Put him on an island and let him work. That will fit well in the Martindale system. He never gave up a touchdown in his college career, and he started as a true freshman. And people always bring up, well, he played at Cincinnati. He didn't play against great competition. What about in the college football playoff when he played against Alabama and those big-time wide receivers? And he was targeted just 4 times and gave up a solid 14 yards. He has a 43.4% career completion percentage. He was only targeted 138 times in his college career and only allowed 60 receptions, and he's 6'3", 200 pounds. This is a prototypical cornerback that you want to put in a press coverage situation, and I think he would thrive in a Wink Martindale defense. This past year, he showed why he's going to be a top 5, maybe top 10 pick in the upcoming NFL draft. He gave up just 122 yards on 18 catches in this past year for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Think about that. He gave up 18 catches for 122 yards. He had 3 interceptions, and when he was targeting, opposing quarterbacks' passer rating was 22.6. Sauce Gardner is my cornerback 1 in this draft, and if the draft played out like that, I'd be okay with the Giants selecting Ahmad Gardner out of Cincinnati, but let me know what you think. Do you want the Giants to draft Sauce Gardner? If you do, type D for draft. Or if you're like, man, we have other bigger needs outside of cornerback, I think that's fair and I think that's fine. Go down and type P for pass. Whatever happens on draft night, we'll be live on the channel breaking it down. So make sure you are subscribed, youtube.com/NYGiantsTV. We're trying to get to 6,500 subscribers, and we're making moves. We're making, gradual steps, but I think it's been a little slow on the channel. It's been a little dead time during the NFL offseason, but things are happening. Russell Wilson just got traded, Aaron Rodgers just signed, and the franchise tags are being handed out. So the NFL offseason, it's about to get set on fire, and so is our coverage. So make sure you don't miss it by going down right now and hitting that big red button. With the 5th pick, the Giants, they selected Sauce Gardner. And then Dane, he had the Carolina Panthers selecting Trevor Penning, the offensive tackle out of the University of Northern Iowa. So the Giants are now on the clock, and these are the players that have been drafted. So I want to ask you once again, because this show is built all off of audience interaction, and I love taking the pulse of Giants fans. I'm not just some guy up here asking questions for no reason. I like to go down in the comment section and read it. So if these 6 players are off the board, let me know. Who do you pick at pick number 7? Dane Brugler, he has the Giants selecting Charles Cross, the offensive tackle out of Mississippi State, with the 7th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. And I think that's a solid pick because, A, it fills a need, and Charles Cross is a good player. But I do have cause for concerns taking the 4th offensive tackle at pick number 7. Brugler, he expanded his thoughts and said this about Cross and the Giants and that marriage. With a pair of top 7 draft picks in his first year running the front office, Joe Schoen will be looking to draft players that help establish the new culture. Cross lacks brute power, but his athletic movement, patterns, and outstanding hand exchange skills and are why he is one of the best pass blockers in the NFL draft. This is my somewhat of a scouting report when it comes to Charles Cross. He is light on his feet and a great athlete. He tested extremely well at the NFL Combine. Some people say he's a little light in the tail, but I think that's part of his game. He's light on his feet, he can get to the second level, and he can match edge rushers' ability and quickness. I think that's a good upside for Charles Cross, and he uses his length really well. He has great hand placement when it comes to pass blocking. He is really powerful in his strikes. I like that, and he improved every year at Mississippi State, and that's all you can ask for a player. Be better than you were the day before, and he is that. Some people say he's the best pass blocker in the NFL draft. Some things he needs to work on: the pro-style run blocking in the schemes. He really wasn't asked to do that in the Mike Leach offense at Mississippi State. And a question I have is, can he play right tackle? Can he switch from being a left tackle that was only really asked to be a pass blocker and now go be a right tackle and be a complete tackle in the National Football League? He was great last year. PFF graded him out as one of the best tackles, and his stats proved it. He gave up just 2 sacks and allowed pressures on dropbacks on only 2.5% of the time. He had a pass block grade via PFF of 85 and a run block grade of 87. This is a strong tackle and someone I'd be cool with the Giants drafting at number 7 if the draft fell out like it did in Dane Brugler's mock draft. But be the judge. If the Giants select Sauce Gardner with pick number 5 and Charles Cross with pick number 7, how would you feel? Go down and grade this mock draft in the comments: A, B, C, D, or F. I give this a B. I think we have bigger needs. I'm not that high on Charles Cross. I think he's a solid pick, but he's not a home run pick. But I want to hear from you. Go down in the comments and grade this mock draft for me. Here at Giants Now and Chat Sports, we are growing like crazy as a channel and as a company, and we are now going to be posting our content on Rumble, which is just like YouTube. It's a platform where you can digest video content, and it's free and uncensored, so I can go on there and cuss if I want to. They're not going to bleep me out. They've got sports, news, politics, technology, and we're just growing as a company to channels, to other platforms that you use. We got YouTube, we got Rumble, we've got Newsbreak. We are all over. We're growing, so give us a follow and show some support. Give us a follow, rumble.com/NYGiantsTV. We are growing like crazy already on Rumble. We're one of the fastest growing channels here at Chat Sports, and I want to keep it like that. Winners win, so give us a follow, rumble.com/NYGiantsTV. Dane Brugler, he did a 2-round mock draft. And in the second round, he had the New York Giants drafting Boye Mafe. He was an NFL Combine winner, and he showed the type of athlete that he is. We'll pull up the numbers in a second. The numbers that he put on the field aren't as eye-popping as the numbers he put on at the NFL Combine. He had only 1 sack this past season in the last 4 games, 7 on the season, 10 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, and 34 total tackles. Boye Mafe is an athletic freak. According to the raw scores, RAS, the relative athletic scores, he tested with the linebackers, but he's really an edge rusher, so it's a little skewed. But by RAS, he was the highest graded linebacker in the history of them using these sort of measurables. And a little bit different now that he was, grouped with the edge rushers, which is something he's going to be. And Mafe was a big winner at the Senior Bowl and is quickly climbing draft boards due to his traits and his motor. This guy, he ran a very fast 40 time of 4.6. He had a very fast 10-yard split of of 1 point. I can't even read that. 1.8. The thing is, Boye Mafe is one of the most athletic players in this year's draft, and that's why he's rising up draft boards. People are falling in love with the things that he put on field at the combine. The thing is, I'm not exactly in love with the things I saw on the gridiron this past season. I think this is somewhat of a reach for the New York Giants, especially because Dane Brugler in his mock, he had Tyler Linderbaum falling all the way to pick number 31. He didn't have any trades in this mock draft, but if I was Joe Shane and pick number 31 is on the clock and Tyler Linderbaum is still there, I am trading up from the pick I have in the second round to go get Tyler Linderbaum. But let me know, who do you want the Giants to draft in the second round? There's a whole bunch of guys you can go to, but I just got to say, if Linderbaum's there at 31, I'm moving up. But let me know, who do you want the Giants to draft in the second round? Give me a follow on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I'm tweeting about the Giants all day, every day, and I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers, and I need your help. So if you love the Giants and you love reading about the Giants on Twitter, news, rumors, free agency update, cap cut candidates, I'm going to be breaking it down all on this channel and on my Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. So give me a follow.